Welcome to my homemade kitchen restock, where my goal is to help cut preservatives and make food from home. Today is my first time trying homemade yogurt, and I am pretty pleased with how it came out, although there are a few things that I will do differently next time and just kind of experiment with. I used the recipe from the Homestead on Boone, and like I said, there are a few things that I would like to tweak next time going into this. But once I got it down to temp, I put it on the yogurt setting and let that thing do its own thing. Next, I started sauteing some veggies. I've got onion, pepper, and spinach here to make some egg bites. I'm not sure if you guys have ever had the egg bites from Starbucks, but that was kind of the inspiration here. I ended up using about 9 eggs, and then I probably put about a half cup of Greek yogurt into this mix. Next time, and I highly recommend for you guys to do this as well, just make sure that you put this in the blender instead of hand mixing it if you're going to use the Greek yogurt. Then for spices, what I did, you can do whatever you want, but what I did for this was my red pepper flakes that I grew. I did some garlic, some salt, some onion powder, some white pepper, and hear me out, but I actually put some ground nutmeg in, and it turned out so delicious. I actually usually put ground nutmeg in my quiches, and it's kind of my special little spin on things, and it really makes a huge difference in the flavor. It adds a little bit of warmth to the dish, and I just think it is absolutely delicious. If you're making these, like I said, I highly recommend to do the blender instead of this method that I was doing. I was just thinking I don't want to get the blender dirty. But then I scooped some veggies, poured over the egg, and then put a little cheese in there. And don't forget to grease the little molds if you're using something like I'm using here with the muffin tin. And that went in a 350 oven for about 22 minutes, and they came out absolutely perfect. This recipe made 12. I sampled a little sneaky one, and like I said, it was absolutely delicious. Highly recommend this. Next up, I'm going to make some oat milk. I love having oat milk with my lattes in the morning, and I don't know about you guys, but it just is getting too expensive, and it is way too easy to make at home. I did 2 cups of oats to 6 cups of water, and then I added in some of my homemade vanilla extract. Any vanilla extract or vanilla paste will work just fine here. And then I also added in some honey for sweetness. Next time I'll make sure to add in a little bit more. And then I strained it with my Juve, I believe it's pronounced, and had some perfect oat milk for coffees. Last year I canned these tomatoes, and I forgot to film the process, but I did make some tomato soup just to have in the fridge. I did some basic egg bites and then made these sandwiches for my husband for his breakfasts. I was getting pretty tired by this point, but I did want to make some homemade bread, and then after about 8 hours, my yogurt was ready. It was a little thinner than I was expecting, so I am having it sit overnight and strain, and hopefully it'll be a little bit thicker. And then this is the final product of the bread. Make sure to butter it once it comes out, but it came out